Welcome. We're thrilled to be here with you today. I'm Paula Anzer, along with my colleague Eileen Brewer. Between the two of us, we've spent decades helping the DoD and tech innovators turn big ideas into real-world solutions.
This video series is designed to help you bridge the gap between your research and its real-world impact. We call it scientifically sound, mission relevant, and transition ready.
Each video tackles a critical step in that journey. The first one focused on posters, how to make them powerful tools for communicating your research impact.
Then we move into communication skills because being able to share your message clearly and confidently is just as important as the science itself.
And finally, in the third video, we'll walk you through transition pathways. You'll learn how to navigate the routes that move your research out of the lab and into the hands of the warfighter faster.
Together, these three videos give you the tools to convey that your work isn't just good science, it's science that matters to the mission.
You want to start over?
Yes.
Yeah.
I because I put it on my laptop screen, I couldn't get it to scroll. It's like,
Where is it? Where is
where
it?
did
Where
it
is
go?
it?
Like, what the heck is going wrong there?
No.
It's hiding behind my taskbar.
Hello and welcome. We're thrilled to be here with you today. I'm Paula Anzer, along with my colleague Eileen Brewer. Between the two of us, we spent decades helping the DoD and tech innovators turn big ideas into real-world solutions.
This video series is designed to help you bridge the gap between your research and its real-world impact. We call it scientifically sound, mission relevant, and transition ready.
Each video tackles a critical step in that journey. The first one focused on posters, how to make them powerful tools for communicating your research impact.
Then we moved into communication skills because being able to share your message clearly and confidently is just as important as the science itself.
And finally, in the third video, we'll walk through transition pathways. You'll learn how to navigate the routes that move your research out of the lab and into the hands of the warfighter faster.
Together, these three videos give you the tools to convey that your work isn't just good science, it's science that matters to the mission.
In our previous video, we talked about how to present your research in a visually engaging way and how it ties to the Navy mission.
Today, we're going to build on that foundation by helping you verbally present your poster in a concise, memorable pitch that you can deliver in a 30 to 45 seconds and how to modify your language depending on who stops by your poster.
At a poster session, you might have only a minute to capture someone's attention. Maybe a senior leader between meetings, a technical peer scanning the room, or a curious stakeholder. That's why we emphasize the importance of the bluff or bottom line up front on your poster and encouraged you to include it in the introduction.
This session will teach you how to verbalize your bluff conversationally. If you can capture your audience's attention quickly and make the value clear, they're more likely to stick around and ask questions. Your pitch is the bridge between them noticing your poster and them engaging with you.
Let's look at a couple of examples to demonstrate how to verbalize your bluff. On the left side, the before language is often how a researcher might present their poster. They might open with, our research focuses on multipath acoustic propagation modeling using advanced numerical simulation methods for shallow water environments with complex bathymetry.
After you apply the formula that we're about to show you in this video, the same poster could be presented with these opening remarks. In shallow coastal waters, sonar signals often get distracted, making it harder to detect underwater threats. We could make our coast much safer by implementing a solution that predicts and corrects these distortions. We developed a solution that improves detection accuracy by 40%. And now today we're looking for collaboration opportunities. Before we show you the pitch formula, let's look at one more example.
On the left side, on the before side, a researcher might open with, "We're experimenting with novel polymer blends for thermal insulation applications."
Now compare the before to this version with our formula. A researcher might say, shipboard installation fails quickly under extreme heat, driving up maintenance costs. We can reduce downtime for maintenance and improve readiness by implementing our new polymer blend that lasts 3 times longer than current materials. Would you like to hear about our recent fleet demonstrations?
If you are standing in front of the poster and hearing these two different opening remarks, which one feels more interesting and engaging to you?
So let's take that and show you how to apply a formula. The order in which you tell your story actually matters. Some interesting research that was done in the 1900s by Paul MacLean, who developed the theory of the triune brain. While MacLean's triune brain model is now considered oversimplified, it gave us a useful way to think about how people respond to information, first with instinct, then with emotion, and finally with logic. In storytelling terms, if you engage these areas in this order, then you can compel people to listen to you.
To do this, you start off with a current challenge around survival, then an emotionally better future, and then logically how you achieve this. We have created a pitch formula that applies this theory.
Now that you see the value in improving your opening remarks about your poster, let's walk through a simple 4-part structure you can adapt for any audience. Following the formula helps you articulate your bluff. The challenge, one sentence to grab the attention with a relevant challenge or critical need. Addressing the challenge, one sentence to describe how the challenge is addressed. How you do it, one sentence about your solution, and then invite engagement. Give them a reason to keep talking with you.
Now let's look at some examples with this formula implemented.
The challenge. Your first sentence should introduce a gap or critical need that you are addressing to activate the survival or reptilian brain. For example, the Navy needs to be prepared to operate in extremely hot environments.
Addressing the challenge, the next sentence provides emotional relief for the limbic brain by mentioning a solution. For example, Navy readiness can be improved by implementing advanced materials.
How you do it. Now you introduce your research. For example, you could say, we have developed a new composite material that withstands hot temperatures while keeping structural integrity.
End your pitch with an invitation to engage, considering who you are speaking with. For example, you could say, "If you have a few minutes, I can show you our field video from our recent tests in the Indian Ocean." This example shows how to lead with the challenge and land with the invitation.
Let's look at another example read all the way through. Did you know that submarines face growing challenges in detecting quiet adversaries in noisy environments? Improving detection accuracy allows us to identify threats earlier. Our sonar signaling process method improves accuracy by 35%. I'd be honored to share how this work contributes to maintaining undersea superiority. Let me show you the results here.
This short introduction to your poster has told the audience first off why your research matters before you talk about the details. This method compels the listener to stay engaged longer and provides a path to a conversation. If you start with your research first, you risk losing your audience before you have a chance to mention why it matters.
As we mentioned in our previous video, not all visitors are the same. You can modify your last sentence to invite engagement with the audience type that you're speaking with. For your fellow scientists, you can ask them if they would like to hear more about your methods, or ask them if they are working on something similar or complementary to your work.
For program managers, you can ask them if your work aligns with any projects they are currently working on or are aware of.
And for military leadership, ask them how your research aligns with their priorities, or from their perspective, does this solution meet the critical need?
And for industry representatives, you can mention your TRL or technology readiness level and the type of partnership or collaborations you are looking for to move your research forward.
Always think about your presentation from your audience's perspective. Think about what matters to them. If you don't align your words to their needs, you could miss out on some great opportunities. It takes practice because you need to talk about what they want to talk about, not just what you want to talk about, which can oftentimes be too far into the details of your research.
After your introduction, a natural next step would be for someone to ask you a question. And how you answer the questions can strengthen or weaken the impression you've made.
Good answers are accurate, respectful, and confident. Even if you don't know the answer, you can respond in a way that builds credibility.
When you're asked a question, accuracy is critical. If you don't know the answer, say so. A confident way to handle it is, I don't have that information with me, but I can get it to you after the session. That phrasing shows professionalism and reliability. Also, be concise. Short answers make space for more conversation. Many of us tend to go on and on about the topics we love, but brevity keeps your audience engaged.
Respect is about tailoring your response to the audience. Avoid unnecessary jargon if they're not technical, but don't oversimplify for peers who are. Some of you may have learned that you should answer the question that you wish you had been asked. We recommend that you do not take this advice and instead answer the question you were actually asked.
Finally, answer with confidence. Use the question as a chance to re-emphasize why your work matters. And don't just answer, help them visualize how your solution could be implemented. For example, if you're asked a question like, how long will this take to implement? A potential answer could be, our prototype could be field ready within 18 months, which means the fleet could be using our technology by the end of next year.
The way you tell your story and respond to questions is a combination of your narrative and your physical presence. In this scenario, your presence refers to your body language. Mr. Richard Newman worked with Professor Adrian Furham at the University College of London and published their research in 2016 in the Journal of Psychology. In their research, they found there are two body language changes you can make that have a huge impact on your audience.
The speakers wore the same clothes and used the same speeches, with the only difference being in their body language.
The results showed a 25% increase in how inspiring the speaker was perceived.
And a staggering 44% increase in thinking of the speaker as a thought leader.
And a whopping 57% increase in whether or not the audience would vote for the speaker. These are staggering results. So let's learn about these body language changes to increase your success while presenting your research, whether it be at a poster event or other presentation opportunities. The first adjustment to focus on is your posture, how you stand. Your feet should be about shoulder width apart, not too narrow, not too wide. When your feet are too close together, you may appear timid or lacking confidence. On the other extreme, standing with your feet too far apart, you can boost your own confidence but often fail to connect with the audience. The most effective stance is the middle ground, feet about shoulder width apart. This balanced posture projects confidence while making the audience feel at ease.
The second adjustment is what you do with your arms and hands. The first example, sometimes called penguin hands for your hands hanging at your sides, consistently receives the poorest ratings from audiences. Instead, use gestures that feel open and purposeful. In most cases, the strongest and most engaging gesture is with your arms slightly away from your body and your palms facing upward. This posture communicates openness, trust, and inclusivity. Research on public speaking has shown that two speakers covering the same content can see dramatically different audience reactions simply based on their gestures. The way you stand and move your hands directly impacts how confident, credible, and relatable you appear to the audience.
The way you tell your story and respond to questions is a combination of both your narrative and your physical presence. The way you respond to questions can either draw people in or push them away.
Think about successful people you see around you. They may get a valuable introduction or secure funding. Often it's because they've mastered storytelling and presence, the ability to stay open, approachable, and professional, no matter who is standing in front of them.
That's why we recommend practicing before the event. Write your introduction and 3 or 4 sample questions with a mix of tough, off target, and insightful ones. Then practice your introduction and answering the questions with a colleague or, better yet, a non technical friend. Ask them to watch not just your words, but also your tone of voice and body language. Did they feel dismissed or engaged? Were you able to stay on topic?
Eileen and I have attended many poster events, and here's a secret. When we ask you a lot of questions, it's not because we're trying to poke holes in your work. It's because we're simultaneously scanning our networks in our minds, thinking about who we can introduce you to help advance your work.
Many people can be your stakeholders. It's not always a command leader or a scientist. It could be just an average Joe or Jane with the exact network you could benefit from. So remember, your words, your body language, and tone all send signals. So be respectful.
Presence is also the ability to bring others into the conversation as they approach your poster when you may already be engaging with someone else. So use your body language to turn slightly and make eye contact to invite them into the conversation.
Remember, every interaction at your poster is a chance to make new connections and build relationships to help move your research forward.
When you deliver your bluff using the formula we provided and use the research-backed body language tips we just discussed, you have a pitch that holds the attention of your audience.
And remember, practice until you can say it conversationally. Here's our challenge to you. While you're practicing your pitch and answering questions with your peers or friends, record yourself. This will help you refine your delivery and notice any distracting mannerisms. While it may feel like sales training, that's exactly the skill you're developing, presenting your ideas in a way that connects and persuades.
And the next time you are at an event with posters or public speakers, observe who holds your attention and then try to identify what makes their story and presence so compelling. With a little practice, you could be the one with the largest crowds around your poster.
Let's look at what's next. We look forward to you joining us for our third video, which will explore transition pathways to help you move your research to the warfighter faster.
We will talk about the difference between TRL and budget lines for basic and applied research. We will introduce a new tool that we've developed called the Technology Transition Canvas, and we'll explore the concept of dual use and commercial pathways. If you have questions or feedback, please feel free to contact us.
See you soon.